Hi everyone, I'm Pamela and today we're going to make some L-Reuteri yogurt. So I've been using the Keeper yogurt, which is easy to make, but I haven't made the L-Reuteri in a while. So I'm going to be using the starter cultures today that are from Cutting Edge, and I'll put this link in the details below, and you can just get it right off their website. This is also mentioned William Davis Wheat Belly and Supergut. So that's one option. Another option, you can use capsules. These are the BioGaia Osfortis for bone health, but it's also the L-Reuteri strain 6475. Or you can use the tablets that Dr. William Davis mentions. These are the BioGaia L-Reuteri 6475 and the L-Reuteri 17938. It's really small. With the tablets, you need 10 of them and crush them up, which is sometimes, a lot of work. So sometimes I will just have one of these as a chewable tablet a day. They taste good. So today, since I'm making 1.5 quarts to go into the ultimate yogurt maker that I'm using, and I'll let you know a few of the little quirks about it, but I really like it. I'll link below details on that. I'm also using the inulin, which is the food for the bacteria. So since I'm making 1.5 quarts, these are 2 quart or 1 quart each. And I find it about 1.5 quarts leaves about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch from the top, and that seems to work out well. So I'm using 1.5 packs of the Cutting Edge Cultures L-Reuteri Superfood Starter. It's a powder, it's real easy to use, and I find that it works really well. So we'll find out. In the next video, we'll check the results of the L-Reuteri yogurt. So I'm going to be using 1.5 packets. Got those set aside. And before I put any of the 1/2 and 1/2 in these containers, I'm going to make a little slurry with some of the 1/2 and 1/2. And I just use this organic 1/2 and 1/2 that is ultra-pasteurized from Trader Joe's. It's my favorite. You can use whatever you want. So I put in, maybe about, actually just about 1/2 cup. And then before I add the starter, if I'm doing a batch from a previous batch, I'll put a little bit of the yogurt from a previous batch in and mix it up. It seems to mix up better. But since I'm not doing that this time, I'm starting from scratch, I'm going to be whisking as I put the starter in, the starter culture, and especially when I do the inulin. Otherwise, it can clump. So I'll just speed this up a little as I do this. So it seemed like there wasn't much in this one. So if you find you don't have enough of one, I don't see any reason why you can't use like 1 capsule of this and 1 pack of this. And because I was just a little low, I'm going to add just 1 capsule of the BioGaia. It's both the L-Reuteri, just to make sure we get enough to start. So now I'm going to add my inulin. Since I'm making 1.5 quarts, 2 tablespoons per quart. So I have a generous 3 tablespoons of the inulin in here. So I'm going to add the inulin. And this is the one I use. You can get it just about anywhere. I get it on Amazon. Any organic inulin powder can work. should end up with a type of a slurry. So I'm going to let this sit for a few moments and hopefully it'll thicken up a little bit. And because I didn't put any yogurt starter in, it may not be as thick as sometimes it is when you start with 2 tablespoons of starter per quart or 3 tablespoons for a quart and a half. So we'll give that a moment. I have these 2-quart glass containers and they come with the lids. You can also buy the smaller jars that you can use in this yogurt maker, but I find when you're trying to pour the milk in the smaller jars and making sure you get enough of this little starter mix in each jar is a little more challenging. So I like to just do it in these 2 containers and then after it's done, put it in the smaller jars. That's just my preference. Find what works for you. So let's see what we're doing here. It still looks a little thin. And one of the things too, like this is supposed to be good through, I've been keeping it refrigerated, but after a while it loses its potency. So this will be an experiment. Hopefully it will still turn out. I'm going to put about half in each of these containers of our little starter. And it looks sort of watery, so and I just sort of eyeball it to get it just about the same. If you're just making a regular yogurt and you don't care about just doing it all L-Reuteri, you can always put extra starter in, like from kefir or another batch of SIBO or whatever other high potency yogurt you've been making, just to sort of boost it to make sure it turns out a little bit better. L-Reuteri is a little bit trickier. And if this batch doesn't work out, I'll get a fresher starter and I'll do it again. But it's an experiment, so we'll see. So now I'm going to put in the half and half. Just about even. And then I use the little whisk, do a gentle stir. So we get all those probiotics and inulin mixed up gently. Gentle stir, encouraging them to wake up and do their thing. All right, so now I'm going to put the lids on and I try to get as much air out possible. Inulin aside here. So I'm going to plug this in. Set these in a container of the yogurt maker. And then I'm going to add water. So in this ultimate yogurt maker, I add just under 4 cups. You want it just about at the level of where you have the milk. I need to add it from around here. Can't reach from there. So that's just about a 1/4 inch away from the top. It's filled up to about the level of the milk. So I'm going to put the lid on. And each yogurt maker might be a little different. So I'm using just tap water, cool tap water. I called for just adding cold tap water. Yours might be different. If you have a different yogurt maker, an Instapot, just read the instructions for making yogurt on your unit. So I'm going to turn this around a little bit. So with L-Reuteri, Dr. William Davis suggests 100 degrees. 106 is great for multi-strains, and the L-Reuteri may not grow as well in 106, but with the SIBO yogurt, you use L-Reuteri and 2 other probiotics, and that's best at 106 degrees. For the L-Reuteri only, it's suggested 100 degrees so that it has the best environment to grow. So I'm going to do the temp. It starts at 108, and I just go down. Hit start again. And then to set the time, 36 hours. So with the Ultimate Yogurt Maker, what I've found, and you can go backwards too. So instead of 36 hours, I need to do 38 to make it 36. It goes fast. And then hit start again. And it seems to be the 38 hours on this unit turns out to be 36 hours. So if you're using this Ultimate Yogurt Maker, just time it. Like if you start in the morning at 7 a.m., a day and a half later, you'll be done at 7 p.m. And if you start 7 p.m., day and a half later, it should be done in the morning. So that's it. Now we wait, and when it's done, I'll do another little video. Yeah, tomorrow evening it'll be done. So I'll put it in the fridge overnight, and then we'll do a video and we'll see how it turns out. So fingers crossed, it's an experiment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work, I will still share it with you. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your yogurt making, your fermented dairy. My gut health has improved dramatically. I started following Dr. William Davis's books and recipes and the different yogurt making recipes over a year now, and I've noticed a dramatic increase in my gut health. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I do a lot of different videos here on the Pamelaoyoga channel, including yoga videos, rebounding videos, meditations, and staying healthy with making fermented dairy, and maybe new ones in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I wish you all good health and good luck in making your own yogurt. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.